It was terrific seeing the huge pivot you had to the online business in your recent numbers. That said, we've got a very unusual holiday trading period ahead. Black Friday sales coming up, a very compressed window when stores finally open up again to get our Christmas shopping done. Just give us a sense of how this is playing out for you.
Good morning, and thanks for having me on the show. We've obviously planned for a second wave back in the second quarter when we were first experiencing this, this being the most important part of the year for us from a trading standpoint. So we've had a number of different things going on to get ready. One of them was to try to, essentially similar to the pandemic, funnily enough, to try to flatten the peak. So we've actually ran some promotions already starting in October and through November in order to pull some of that Christmas shopping earlier on the premise that potentially we were looking at physical stores being locked down again. So we can see that that's playing out quite well for us.
Alexander, I've been fascinated by the link between physical stores and online because in many ways, as we've been discussing this pivot, it feels as though one replaces the other. However, that's not been your experience. I was looking at some of your comments recently about the hit that you've seen for the online stores when some of the physical stores are closed. So just talk us through the relationship between the two sides of the business.
Well, what we experienced in the second quarter was quite different country by country. So you take UK as an example. We managed to recuperate not fully everything, but very close to in UK, for instance. The traffic switching from offline into online. Whereas countries like around the Mediterranean, where maybe e-commerce as such is a little bit less developed in general, and there we didn't recoup as much, even though online grew 3 or 4 times versus a normal run rate for us. So it really varies by country. And then, of course, as we're getting into the second wave here, the big unknown is obviously the consumer sentiment, which we really don't know how that's going to play out. In the first wave, I think people were kind of, let's see how this goes. Most people got some kind of support from the government, so that didn't travel, so there was quite a bit of money to be spent. In the second round, we'll see after Christmas, how the consumer sentiment played out. But I have to say that in Q3, we had a very strong quarter. September was good for us. October was even better. I can't speak on current trading, but so far so good would be my view.